So here's what most headlines are missing right now. Even though some markets are softening, housing wealth across the country is still at records, high or low, highs. In fact, the average homeowner has gained over $150,000 in equity over the last 5 years. So the real question isn't, is the market crashing? The real question is, what does this level of equity allow you to prepare for next? And that's what I want to talk about with you today. So I'm going to share the NAR article, and I'm going to read some of the sections. There we go. Make sure it pops up. Awesome. Yeah. So this is an article that came out yesterday. Most metros still posting record high housing wealth. So what does that mean? Wait a second. I'm going to get to the section I want to talk about. Most metro markets continue to see record high. Make sure you're seeing it. Yes. Record high housing wealth. A typical US homeowner has accumulated about $147,000 in housing wealth over the past 5 years alone. So, what does this mean? This doesn't mean every market is booming, because again, this is a national. It means most homeowners are sitting on more leverage than they realize. The next one that I want to share is about 25% of markets saw price declines, concentrated mainly in Florida and Texas. Let me share that section. I am having fun with the clickings that I do. Give me one moment. Okay. Some areas are experiencing some home price declines. The declining markets are concentrated primarily in Florida and Texas, where robust supply and recent new home constructions are increasing competition among sellers to attract buyers. So that said, most home sellers continue to be in a strong equity spot. The examples that we use, Texas and Florida. Ooh, this isn't the best color to use. I wanted to really highlight this, but probably harder to see. Let me just make it a little bit bigger so you can definitely see. In areas like Texas, for instance, an accrued, even though we are saying has been a decline in the market, the equity though has accrued 170,000 equity over the last 5 years, and in Miami-Dade, Florida, $300,000 in equity. Okay, so yes, we are reading the headlines, but when we go deep in the market, equity is definitely there. Okay, this isn't a national drop, it is a supply story, and supply changes behavior, not necessarily long-term value. Now, the last part that I want to share with you of this same article, if you would like to gain access to this article, definitely go into NAR's website and get this. But for right now, oh, you can message me, of course. What am I saying to get to them? Message me. Housing affordability is improving. Mortgage rates fell. Income growth outpaced home price growth. Make sure I'm sharing the screen. Okay. So let me say this again. The mortgage rates, as you've seen, I've posted this also, they're going down, right? Income growth has actually outpaced home price growth. So there's improvements in the income compared to the prices as far as percentages. And income required to buy a typical home has declined. So before we needed people to make a lot more to be able to qualify. That has declined. Just want to make sure you understand that sentence. So mortgage rates have fell. Income growth outpaced home price growth, and the income required to buy a typical home has declined. So that is doing what? Is improving the affordability. The monthly mortgage payment typical single family home with the 20% down was $2,057 in the fourth quarter of 2025. That is down 5.7% from the third quarter and a 3.1% decrease from a year ago. So we are definitely seeing some improvements in affordability. And this is where the preparation matters. When affordability improves quietly, this is why I had to reread a few sentences so you can really grasp that. The prepared move first. So when you talk with me, we get you prepared. Even if you don't make a move right this second, you are being prepared, and then we can make a move when it's the right time for you. Okay? Not the market dictates that. You dictate that. So here's a big picture I want you to walk away with. Equity doesn't disappear. It accumulated. Some markets, yes, we see some softening, but wealth is still intact. We still have people with a lot of equity. And this creates a decision window. So we're still in a decision window versus a crisis. We're not in that crisis yet, so don't wait for that. Make the move now of preparation so you can beat the prediction of this type of market. Another way I'm just going to sum this up, this is not a market that rewards panic. It rewards planning. It rewards booking a call with your favorite lender. I'm going to say Christelle, but really with the person that you really want to work with, person that feels aligned with you, so you can be prepared and you can make the move when it's time. But I do want to bring it down to a couple of areas that I personally serve, so Georgia and Florida. In Georgia, the metro area, Atlanta, price growth has been moderated, but not reversed. Remember, it's general. There are some areas that have different movements, so check your specific area. But the metro area price growth has been moderated, not reversed. Many homeowners who bought pre-2019 are sitting on substantial equity. Just talked about that. There's less new construction pressure than Florida. I'm sure in Georgia we're feeling it, but it's compared to other states like Florida. Equity can now function as a large down payment for downsizing or relocation, a way to offset higher rates without stretching your income, and a bridge to multi-generational housing decisions. So, in Georgia, equity is less about timing the sale and more about designing the next move without changing lifestyle budgets. Now let's step into warmer climates. Florida, and specifically South Florida, one of the regions seeing price declines in pockets, and it's driven by supply. Still, it's one of the largest equity gain markets over the past 5 years. Like I said, Miami-Dade gained roughly $300,000 in equity. That's average. Tell you about the ones who've gained. I have one that we actually closed in 2019. I think she gained about $1 million in equity. Yes. Sellers may face more competition, but equity cushions decisions. So your equity is key. In Florida, the conversation isn't, did I miss the top? Conversation is more, how do I use the equity I already gained wisely in a more competitive environment? So this is where real guidance, real talk matters. Preparation right now looks like understanding your real equity position, not just estimate. Now, you do have access by connecting with me or Home Report to get an idea of where your home, your zip code, what the movements are, what it could be worth, but that is not the actual value. That's not how you're going to really know how much equity you have. It's just a place to start. So if you need that access, let me know. I can give you a Home Report for free each month. It's also knowing whether your equity is meant for simplicity, income, or flexibility. Deciding before pressure forces the decision on you. I'm going to share some more stories that some of them are cool and some of them like, oh, we're in a pressure cooker right now. So let me ask you this before we move to the next topic, still relating to equity. If your equity stayed exactly where it is today, what would you want to do for your life next? Are you holding your home because it's strategic or because it's familiar? And my last question on this topic, if the right opportunity showed up this year, would you be ready to move calmly or would it feel rushed? Those answers matter more than actual market predictions. It's good to know the news, but it's answering those questions based on your scenario. In this conversation, I can help you prepare for it. So book a call, let's chat.